Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rob Devins from Rob Devins MMA. Hi, how's it going? And I want you to know that I have my picks for UFC 293 coming up this Saturday. And I've got to be honest with you, you're going to listen to this video, you're going to listen to all the picks that I have, you're going to open up your DraftKings app, and you're going to bet a lot of money on what I'm about to say. Want to know why? Because I, unlike all of these other MMA YouTubers, all these other MMA influencers, because I know the sport and I know how things work and I never lose. And want to know where you can find out how often I never lose? Nowhere, because there's no proof that I never lose, but I never lose. Trust me. Okay? Trust. Alright? Anyway, these are my picks for UFC 293. We'll start all the way down at the early prelims here. Let's get down here. The first fight between two welterweights, Kevin Jousset, I think, and Kiefer Crosby. Don't really know anything about these guys. Kevin Jousset, I know he fights out of Australia. He has an L to Jack Della Maddalena, which, who doesn't, really? I mean, Jack Della Maddalena just kills everyone. JDM is him. Kiefer Crosby, I know he trains out of SBG Ireland, and he's coming off of a win over Cowboy Alex Oliveira, which is a former UFC name, so at least that shows that he can compete at a semi-close to UFC level. For that reason and that reason alone, I'm going to pick Kiefer Crosby, because when Jousset faced UFC competition in JDM, he lost. When Crosby fought UFC competition in Cowboy Oliveira, he won. So, there you go. Kiefer Crosby's winning. Probably by a decision, we'll just say. Next up on the prelims, or on the early prelims, we have Shane Young, jobber Shane Young, versus Gabriel Miranda. Shane Young is taking an L here. Pretty easy to say. You know, he's been a jobber his whole career. He's going to continue being a jobber. He lost to Life. He's going to lose to Miranda. He lost to that haircut. Shane Young, he's going to lose this, and when he loses this, he's probably getting cut from the UFC, which I can't wait for. It'll be a great day for me personally when that haircut never graces my eyes again. Gabriel Miranda, his only UFC fight is to Benoit Saint-Denis, and he just lost. And we are quickly seeing how much of an absolute stud and killer Benoit Saint-Denis is. So that loss is nothing to worry about, especially a weight class up at lightweight. You know, Gabriel Miranda, he looks like an old, one of those old-timey weightlifters with the twirly mustache. He's getting the W. Round 1 submission. Sure. Yeah, round 1 submission sounds good. Next up, the headliner of the early prelims, which is like being the governor of Alaska. We have Blood Diamond versus Charlie Radke. Blood Diamond, allegedly Israel Adesanya's protege, which is interesting because Blood Diamond is to Israel Adesanya what I am to Israel Adesanya. Blood Diamond is not good. He's not good at mixed martial arts. And he's going to lose. Charlie Radke is decent at mixed martial arts. You've seen him on CFFC. He's very, very good grappler. His stand-up is okay, but he's a very, very good grappler. And he is going to submit Blood Diamond in round 1, no question. No doubt. Alright, moving up to the prelims. We now have Nasrat Haqparast fighting out of Morocco and no longer Afghanistan, because he can't fight out of Afghanistan anymore because the thing, the thing. Anyway, he's fighting out of Morocco. He's fighting out of there. Jesus H. Christ, it's 2:40 in the morning. Okay. Is fighting Landon Quinones, the Tough failure. He was on this season of Tough. Didn't even lose to the winner of Tough, who was fighting, let me tell you, lightweight. I don't know why I thought he lost to Austin Hubbard, who was fighting at bantamweight. That was wrong on my part. But basically, long story short, Nasrat by decision. Mostly because Quinones is bad, and also because Haqparast is in the top 25, I'd say, of lightweights. And even if you're, like, lightweight is so good throughout the division that even if you're a top 25 guy, you're still an absolute killer. Like, Haqparast is absolutely no slouch. Quinones is a slouch. Therefore, Haqparast games 30-27, I'm going to say, for Nasrat Haqparast. But now we're up to Jamie Mullarkey versus John McDessie. And I want to make it abundantly clear how much I dislike both of these guys, but specifically Jamie Mullarkey. He just looks like if Corey Sandhagen is Dr. Pepper, Jamie Mullarkey is like a homeless man's saliva, you know? Like, one's really, really great, and I love having it in my mouth, and one's Dr. Pepper. Whoa. Okay. I'm joking. Corey Sandhagen's better. But I hate Jamie Mullarkey. And I'm choosing John McDessie, and let me tell you why. It's because John McDessie, well, he doesn't have many wins. He does have a win over Ignacio Bahamondes, and he looked really, really good in that fight. That would be his closest stylistic matchup to Jamie Mullarkey. Whereas Jamie Mullarkey was supposed to fight Guram Kutateladze, ended up fighting, Muhammad Naimov and getting his ass kicked. Okay. And I don't remember how those are related, but I am going to tell you that McDessie is going to finish Mullarkey. He's going to do it. And I'm going to rejoice, because I hate Jamie Mullarkey. Anyway, going up to the next fight in the featherweight division, we have JJ, Jack Jenkins, the man, the myth, the frickin' mustache, Jack Jenkins, versus this other guy. I don't even care about how to say his name. Listen, JJ is him. Okay? JJ is him. Jack Jenkins is going to win 30-27. I have no argument, no dispute. Jack Jenkins is him. Oh, also, I forgot to say Mike Desi by decision. But Jack Jenkins is him. So, trust. Remember that. Next up, in the featured prelim, Carlos Ulberg versus Dawoon Jung. What I just said for JJ also applies to Carlos Ulberg. Okay, Ulberg is him. Round 1 KO. By a head kick, probably. Carlos Ulberg is the future of the light heavyweight division. For sure. He's definitely a future fringe title challenger. Sort of like Sean Strickland is at the top of this card. Like, he'll hang around the top 10 eventually. Might get a title shot. I don't think he'll ever become champion, but it's not far-fetched. It is far-fetched. It's not super far-fetched, Anyway, Carlos Ulberg is him. Round 1, KO. Moving on. The light heavyweight bout that is opening up the main card. We've got Tyson Pedro versus Anton Turkalj. Turkalj? I don't know how to say his name. But listen, I've got Anton, and this fight for Tyson Pedro is clutch or kick. He has to win this one. He has to. If Tyson Pedro loses this fight, he is cut from the UFC. And let me tell you why. Because if Tyson Pedro loses this fight, that means that Anton Turkalj is way worse than we think he is. We already think he's bad. But we think he's bad because his only 2 UFC fights are against Jailton Almeida, and Vitor Petrino, who's a dog, who's an absolute dog. He's a DAWG, got that big dog in him. Alright? So, he's only lost to 2 killers. Which is, good for him. But we still think he's bad because he's gotten smothered. Again, there were 2 killers, but we think he's bad. Now, if he loses to Tyson Pedro, he is bad. It's not just that the other 2 guys are killers. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't answer me. This is a YouTube video. But I think you know what I mean. Whereas, if Anton beats Tyson Pedro, we'll be like, yeah, duh. His other 2 L's were to total killers, 2 absolute murderers. So basically, long story short, Anton Turkalj, I have him by decision. Tyson Pedro needs to win. I don't want him to win. I don't like him. But he needs to win if he wants to keep his job, in my opinion. Cool. Anton Turkalj by decision. Next up, Justin Tafa versus Austin. Create a fighter in the Power Slap video game, if they ever make that. Justin Tafa is going to win by round 1 KO. Easy. Done. I already had that chosen the last time they fought. And I think it's even more true now because now Justin is upset that his eye hurts. Okay? So Justin's going to come out. They're going to swing and bang for about a minute. I would take the under 1.5 on this. And Justin Tafa is going to shoot Austin Lane's head into the nosebleeds. It is going to be gone. Okay? Next fight. Manel Kape versus Felipe Dos Santos. Manel Kape should win this. And he should win it with a first round stoppage. But I'm scared. I'm scared that Felipe Dos Santos is going to do that thing that occasionally happens where you'll have a fill-in fighter come in on short notice. Someone like a Diego Lopez against Movsar Evloev, or someone like a Lando Venata against Tony Ferguson to throw it back longer ago, or someone makes a debut against someone ranked on short notice and they make him look bad. I'm worried Felipe Dos Santos is going to give Manel Kape a very tough challenge, and I'm worried that he is possibly going to beat him. Now, I've never seen any of Felipe Dos Santos. I've not watched any footage because that's what good YouTubers do, and I'm just here in a basement eating cheese puffs and talking about fights. So I've not watched any Felipe Dos Santos footage, but what I could tell you is that it's a scary name, and he's from Brazil, and I've seen this thing happen before, and so while I am picking Manel Kape by first round stoppage, Felipe Dos Santos does scare me, and he should scare you too. Anyway, next up, Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov. Now, Alexander Volkov is going to win this 30-27. Now, let me tell you why. So, let's look at Tai Tuivasa's career, right? His last losses, like just his last handful, okay? We got Cyril Gane, okay? We've got Sergey Pavlovich, we've got JDS, that was a little while ago, okay? That was 5 years ago, but still, JDS. What do all of these guys have in common? Let me give you an answer. Good striking on the feet. Like, good technical striking. 5 years ago, JDS was still a fighter. So, decent striking. Okay? And reach. I think all of those guys have a reach advantage on Tai Tuivasa. In fact, not only do I think, I know it. So, when you put someone like Alexander Volkov, who has loads of reach and great boxing, against Tai Tuivasa, I think Tai's only chance at winning this is the exact same way that Derek Lewis won this. Just a lapse of judgment from Volkov that allows a big overhand to come through and wobble him. That is Tai's only option. If Tai cannot find that punch, which he may be able to do. He hit it on Cyril Gane. He touched Cyril Gane with it, who is the hardest to hit heavyweight, debatably in the history of the heavyweight division. And he hit Gane with it. So it's possible. But I think it's going to be a 30-27 Alexander Volkov, no question. And now to our main event of the evening. Now, guys, let me tell you what's going to happen here, okay? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Israel Adesanya is going to win 50-45. But this betting line of minus 600 odds for Israel Adesanya, plus 440 for Sean Strickland, is stupid. That is so dumb. I personally, Adesanya is going to win 50-45. I said that, right? But I am personally going to put $25 of my own money on Sean Strickland because a plus 440 underdog against Adesanya, when this is going to be a striking battle, is absurd. Okay? Sean Strickland does not have terrible striking. Some people like to think that his striking is bad. because he got knocked out by Pereira. Okay, cool. You know, who else has he got knocked out by? Huh? Nobody. Shut up. I mean, that's not necessarily true. I haven't looked at it, but shut up, okay? Anyway, Sean Strickland has great boxing. He's technically a very good boxer. He's very good at rolling with punches. He's very good at not taking, the full brunt of a hit, except for when he's fighting Alex Pereira. I want to make that abundantly clear. But with that, I mean, Israel Adesanya does not have a good jab. Israel Adesanya does not have good technical boxing. Israel Adesanya can kickbox, and he's going to point kickbox on you. Throw kicks, throw things from a distance. We're not looking at an Israel Adesanya who's going to go out there and try and finish Sean Strickland. Okay? This is not Contender Adesanya. Contender Adesanya is the only guy who finishes people, right? Whitaker and Pereira. Those are his only two finishes with the championship belt. Oh, I guess, and Costa, but Costa was hungover, and listen, I would also get KO'd if I was hungover. That's the only way Israel Adesanya would KO me, is if I was hungover, basically. Anyway, this is not an Israel Adesanya that's going out there to finish Sean Strickland. He's going to go out there and point fight. Sean Strickland is a very good point boxer, okay? There's a possibility that this goes 48-47, Sean Strickland. A low possibility, a very low possibility, but a possibility that I can definitely see. So while Israel Adesanya will win 50-45, I am going to bet on Sean Strickland because that's just free money. So yeah, those are my predictions, everyone, for UFC 293, Adesanya versus Strickland. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know why you're wrong and when you realize that you were wrong. And I'll sort of, help you through that trying period. Anyway, you guys can like down below and subscribe, please. It really helps me out. Just starting the channel. And yeah, thank you guys very much, and I'll see you later.